Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from my home. But it is now time to embark on another great journey. Yes, I did not end up getting to spend as much time at home as I was maybe hoping. But the road calls, that long, lonesome road calls, and I was hoping with this trip to kind of check something that's been on my bucket list for a while, something I've been wanting to experience. And yeah, that's one thing. I don't know, maybe a miniature goal for this year, or maybe just moving forward, is that, you know, I don't know how much longer I can do this on this traveling. I'm hoping to do it for years and years, but you know, we've seen the future is uncertain. You do things while you can. The things could change completely tomorrow. So when there's something I want to do, I want to go out and do it. Now, sometimes in the past, you know, things have worried me as far as like travel expenses, being able to, you know, you get in your head that, you know, I could travel, I could do this thing I want to do, but am I going to be making enough money off YouTube to cover it? And I decided that's a bad way of thinking, at least for me, because I started this channel, and I started this channel spending money, not receiving money. I did what I wanted to do. I spent the money. I made, you know, started back making none of the money back. Then slowly as the channel went, I made a little bit of the money back. Then it broke even. When it broke even, I thought I'd won the lottery. And so I think that's the thinking that got this channel started, is the thinking I need to go back to. And that is, if I want to do something, if something is calling to me, I need to go do it. And what is calling me right now is Punxsutawney Phil. I want to go and see the Groundhog celebration for Groundhog's Day in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, where they hold the groundhog aloft, where the groundhog tells you if spring is here or if there's more winter on the horizon. And so I'm embarking on this journey. I'll be driving up to Pennsylvania tonight, and then tomorrow we'll get a really early start. We're going to be, it's about 9 o'clock right now, getting ready to head out. It's gonna take me about 9 hours to get up to Pennsylvania, and then tomorrow I'm gonna get up early, probably get up in the middle of the night, to make way over to Punxsutawney and begin the process of seeing the Punxsutawney Phil celebration. Now, last year I did get a chance to go to Punxsutawney, kind of scoped it out, so I kind of got the feeling of the town. I actually got to see Phil in his burrow, but I just thought I want to see the action. I want to see Phil do what Phil does. So getting ready to head out, and I realize it's gonna be cold. I mean, getting up in the middle of the night, it's gonna be cold. You guys have watched me freeze as I wear inappropriate clothing in the blisteringly cold weather. So I decided, you know what, we're gonna be standing out in the cold. I was gonna prepare a little better this time. So I went to the shoe store. Yesterday, and I invested in the fur-lined Crocs. Now, I've owned fur-lined Crocs before, but I've had a very hard time getting them to fit. I just bought the size that fit me, which I wear a men's 11 in Crocs. So I figured get 11 in fur-lined Crocs. They didn't fit me, not even close. So I got a size up. I got a 12 in fur-lined Crocs. Still didn't fit me. And after that, I kind of gave up on the fur-lined Crocs. But I tried on this pair of 13, so 2 sizes up, and these fit. It's like it's just they take the same size and then they put the fur lining in, which makes it smaller inside. So yeah, you have to get a larger size to wear the fur lined. So I've got my fur-lined Crocs. Hopefully that will keep my feet warm. But also, while I was at the shoe store, I did something I didn't think I would ever do. Something I never thought I would do again. I bought shoes. I don't think I wore shoes. I don't think I put on a pair of shoes in the entire year of 2023, but sometimes, if it's muddy, if it's raining, if it's a terrain that is not suitable for Crocs, I want to have a pair of shoes. I think I'm gonna go with the fur-lined Crocs for Punxsutawney, but I want to have these in the car. It's wide fit. I have a hard time fitting into shoes. My toe box is too wide. That's one of the reasons I stick with Crocs. And I tried on different kinds of shoes. My feet immediately went into pain. I think when you're used to wearing Crocs every single day, a shoe is very restrictive. But these at least fit. I didn't feel my toes rubbing on the side as I do often. So I'm gonna keep these. I don't know when Liz will wear these. Maybe I'll never wear these. But I'm gonna have these. These are my shoes, so in case I need shoes, I have shoes. So, what else do I have here? Oh, I bought some of these for my head. I don't know, I may have to forego the hat. Let me try with these on. So, we'll forego the hat. And then you just put this on like that. And that will keep your head warm when it is cold outside. There wasn't a lot to choose from. These were like literally these three colors here. These were like literally the only hats like this they had for sale at Walmart. I went to a clothing store as well. They didn't really have a good selection, and I'm worried because a lot of times these hats don't fit me because I got a really big head, but that fits me all right. I think that's good. Can I wear the hat over top of it? Not really. That looks very silly. But there, that. Pull up the hood, and that should keep me warm. I think. It's not supposed to be like blisteringly cold. It's supposed to be a high of 40s, and I think 27 is the low. So it's not like mind-numbing, blistering cold, but it will. It won't be warm. So I wanted to be, you're gonna be there for a while, you're gonna be out in the cold, you're gonna be standing in the cold, so I wanted to make sure I was warm. I've got my real winter coats back there, tucked behind this seat, so I'll find something that's a little warmer there. And this doesn't have anything to do with shoes or groundhogs, but look at my new friend here. So when I showed off my bunker, I got an email from a viewer, and they asked me if I wanted this guy. And I'm like, I love that. I don't know what it is, but I love it. And apparently, they were trying to order a Falcor, the Luck Dragon from Neverending Story, off of Etsy. And the picture they showed looked just like Falcor from Neverending Story, but when it arrived, when it showed up, this is what they got. This is not Falcor. I guess if you put him this way, this does not look like Falcor. So they sent me this picture. They're like, this is what showed up. I don't want this. I see you like weird things. So a big shout out, thank you so much to the viewer. I didn't know if they wanted me mentioning their name, but thank you so much to the viewer who sent me this amazing thing. I'm not gonna call him Falcor because he's not Falcor. Let's call him, his name is Clark. This is Clark. We'll call him Clark. We found him in the park. His name is Clark. So, I don't know, Clark can ride shotgun here. And as we head to Punxsutawney. And then where do our adventures take us from there? I don't know. I have no idea. This is something I want to do. When I get this groundhog out of the way, we'll be in Punxsutawney after that, and we'll head in a direction. We will figure something out. But right now, that long, lonesome road is calling out to me and Clark. We've stopped off here in Kingsport, Tennessee. here at the Eastman Chemical Company. I wanted to see this giant sculpture out in front. That's a hand with like puppet strings dangling a molecule. And what makes it interesting is this is a very specific molecule. According to Roadside America, this is a methanol, is the chemical we are looking at here. That is the molecular structure of methanol. And actually interesting is methanol apparently was used in the 1920s in the Prohibition era. They would add it to industrial alcohol and other forms of alcohol, non-drinking alcohol, in order to make it poisonous. I guess the reason being that alcohol was illegal. They didn't want people getting around it by drinking industrial alcohol, so they made it poisonous. And this Eastman Chemical Company kind of built their business on creating this chemical that turned alcohol poisonous. Now, you know, they did it because the alcohol was illegal. They didn't want people to drink it, but that had some pretty rough side effects or consequences, because people with alcoholism, people that were desperate to drink alcohol would drink it anyways, and people would end up dying, sadly, drinking alcohol with methanol in it. So, you know, I guess this is how they built their business, so it's something they're proud of, but also has some slightly ominous connotations, especially when it's like being dangled by a giant hand with puppet strings. Still an amazing sculpture, though. It's a towering hand here. Well, the sun's getting in my eyes there, shining off the building. Yeah, it's towering hand here, and the methanol dangling from the strings. Stopped off here at the Purple Cow here in Kingsport, and look at that sign. I love that mascot there. The cow holding a burger and a soda. I guess probably a burger, hot dog place, as well as probably some ice cream. But just look at this building. It's got the purple with the cow spots, and an entire herd of purple cows out front. There you've got like the little purple calf, this purple cow grazing over here, and then for some reason this purple cow has like a green apple on its back. It's wearing some sort of strange hat. Oh, it's a taxi driver hat that has his taxi on it, and she is wearing a necklace made of cheeseburgers. That's pretty fascinating. Yeah, you can see wrapped almost entirely around the building here. People order there, drive around the building, and receive their order there. Looks like the Purple Cow's a pretty popular spot here in Kingsport. And I would grab something to eat here at the Purple Cow, but actually have another eating place in mind. Love that vintage 7-Up sign there. Some magnificent colors on it. You can see the flowers, the rainbow there. They need to bring back that vintage 7-Up design. I'd love to see it. That is a creative name for a axe throwing lounge. And check out their psycho beaver mascot there. Stopped off here in Bristol, Virginia, and Bristol, Tennessee. At least I think currently we're standing in Bristol, Virginia. Across the street there is Bristol, Tennessee. You can see the dividing line is actually the middle of the street there. They built a town right on the state lines, I'm sure, making local laws and ordinances at least remotely confusing. But yeah, so the traffic heading towards us is in Virginia. Well, the traffic that will be going that way would be in Tennessee. It's an interesting place for a state line, right in the middle of the street. And I guess, oh, here we come. See that car? That car is in Tennessee. The car passed before that was in Virginia. And the motto of the town, I don't know, technically is it one town or is it two town? Can a town itself exist in two states, or is Bristol, Virginia and Bristol, Tennessee technically two separate towns? But its logo is a good place to live. And it seems like a good place to live. Uh-oh. There's a train coming through. Oh, that's not a train per se. That's like a truck that is able to drive backwards on a railroad track. Oh, I guess they need to cross the street here. There we go. I guess they're doing some work on the railroad. They've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. Oh, what's going on? Maybe they're doing some repairs on the actual railroad crossing here. Maybe doing some repairs to these bars. So yeah, looking down there at the end of the street, you see the sign that shows the state line. Well, for some reason, they chose to build the main street here right on the state line. That the yellow line in the middle of the road is the state line. So over on that side is Virginia. Holler House is in Virginia, while the Paramount Theater here is actually in Tennessee. Kind of crazy how evenly it is divided between Virginia and Tennessee. You don't see this a lot, where a main street is actually built on the state lines. Does anyone know any other examples of a main street built right on the state line? Leave a comment in the comments section. But definitely love this old school movie theater. It's a beautiful side. You know, over here on the Tennessee side, we have Uncle Sam's loan office. I guess you go in there, you ask Mr. Uncle Sam there, the father of our country, for a loan. He doesn't mind taking money from us, so we shouldn't mind taking money from him. Yeah, it looks like they're actually doing some renovations here on Uncle Sam's loan office, although it is currently open. It's just you got to use the back entrance, but I don't currently need a loan, so I'm not gonna head inside. Over on the Virginia side, they have the Cameo Theater here, another beautiful theater. Of course, they have the Paramount Theater over here on the Tennessee side. So a lot of theaters downtown. And now, I know that Bristol is considered to be the birthplace of country music, so I'm wondering if these theaters would host country music shows back in the day, and maybe even currently. Yeah, it says there, stage where legends play, Robert Randolph Band, Firehouse with Trickster, Stripper, Tommy Emmanuel, and Foghat. So yeah, I guess these are musical theaters for country music artists. So that's pretty cool. Maybe it's a hop-in place here in Bristol, Virginia / Bristol, Tennessee. Okay, here's the mural that explains how this is the birthplace of country music. I guess both Bristol, Tennessee, and Virginia are considered the birthplace of country music. And you look at the record there in the middle of the mural. It says, first country music recordings, July through August of 1927 in State Street. So that would have just been right here on State Street that these recordings occurred. Now I don't recognize all the musicians in this. Okay, it lists them out. It says Ralph Pierre Victor, Carter Family, Stonemans, and Jimmy Rogers. I think that's the Carter family right there. I'm pretty sure about that, but I don't know who's who on the rest of the mural. If you do know who's who on the mural, leave a comment in the comment section. Yeah, usually when you think of country music, you think of Nashville, but yeah, I guess it all began here in Bristol, Tennessee, or at least the recording of country music. I'm sure there was country music before that, but they didn't get it down on a record until 1927 here in Bristol. Here's Lark's Amusement Service. I noticed that sign. I like that carnival looking sign, and it says what kind of amusements there are. It's pool tables, supplies, pinball, jukebox, video games, etc. So it looks like it's like, if you look in the window here, take a peek. Oh, you can see there's like all these jukeboxes and pinball machines being repaired in here. It's like a pinball repair shop. My grandma has a broken Superman pinball machine. I wonder if I could take it here, if they would be able to get it working. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's open to the public, but just taking a peek there. Pretty cool. And here's a mural. The other thing, Bristol is famous for the Bristol Motor Speedway. You can see the NASCAR guys there. I think that's don't know them all, but I feel confident saying that's Dale Earnhardt Sr. I think yeah, Richard Petty over here, and I can confirm that's Richard Petty because it does say Richard Petty on his jacket. So yeah, Bristol, a NASCAR mecca, as well as the birthplace of country music. Could Bristol be one of the most southern cities culturally in the United States? Now this here kind of highlights the strangeness of having the state line be the yellow line on Main Street right here in Virginia. You have the jungle here. It is a dispensary where they sell things that are legal in some states. So you could walk in here, you could legally buy some of the things that you can buy here in Virginia, and then if you just took those things that you just purchased and you walk across the street right to about there, you could instantly be arrested because it is illegal to sell these things in Tennessee. Tennessee is one of these states where there is no go on that. You cannot purchase these things. Yeah, you see that police right there, the Bristol police. Is that the Bristol, Tennessee police or the Bristol, Virginia police? I'm actually really curious. Do they have, can a city have a police force when it's in two states? Is there two sets of Bristol police? But anyways, you purchase your products here at the Jungle Dispensary over on the corner here in Virginia. You walk across the street in Tennessee to eat at that restaurant, and the police bust you because even though if you were to walk down that way, it would have been completely legal, but crossing the street, you just broke a law, crossing state lines with illegal products. All right, I snuck up on the police car here to get a closer look, and it does say Bristol, Tennessee, specifically on the police car. So, I don't know, is the police car only allowed to drive? Are they only allowed to drive on that side of the street? They got to turn around and drive around that way to come around because they can't cross the state lines into Virginia. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but you know, I know jurisdictions are serious things. They're important to stick to your jurisdiction. So I guess their jurisdiction ends literally right there at the yellow line. Very interesting. I wonder if I could find a Virginia police car. And over here is where I wanted to eat for lunch. And this restaurant here has a connection to country music as well, although a darker connection. This was one of Hank Williams' last stops before he ended up dying in the back of a car. Apparently they pulled, I think this is actually the last place that Hank Williams was confirmed to be alive. He passed away in the back seat of a car. Apparently him and his crew, they stopped here in Bristol. Hank did not eat here. He, I guess the other people in the car grabbed something to eat. Someone asked Hank if he wanted some food, and Hank simply said no, which is the last recorded word that Hank Williams ever uttered. And he would pass on the drive after that. And the car that he died in is actually in a museum in Montgomery, Alabama. I actually got a chance to visit that museum and film. I was able to see they have the car that he died in the back of. It's kind of the crown jewel of the museum. But that car, yeah, would have pulled up here, and his friends would have gotten some food while he sat in the back. He didn't want anything because he obviously was not feeling well, given that he died possibly hours or even minutes after that. But let's get something to eat here at the burger bar. Now look at the sign there. Little mascot. Looks a little bit, just a little bit like Big Boy. Maybe like Frisch's Big Boy doing his little run here. But yeah, let's check out the burger bar here. Oh yeah, you can get a little closer look at the mascot there. Hear the burger sizzling. See this massive shark here going to bite this burger. You can see he has dead eyes. They're black, you know, like a doll's eyes. Now, normally I am kind of a burger connoisseur, but as of late, as of the last year or so, I've not eaten a lot of burgers. I've been trying to eat a low carb diet, but I think we're gonna go ahead and get a burger today. And wow, quite a few different burgers to choose from. Apparently they serve a Big Mac style burger called the Big Mick. It even has the 3 buns. Do. Will you Betty? And Betty, when you call me, you can call me Allosaurus. Alright, so I got what they call the Oh My Cheese. Now it is a burger, but the bun is two different grilled cheese sandwiches. You can see that. Yeah, the top's of bun's a grilled cheese sandwich. The bottom bun is also a grilled cheese sandwich. So a lot of cheese, a lot of bread, but it should be interesting. It seemed like, well, I was looking for more interesting items on the menu, and this stood out. All right, interested in trying it. Look at that. Put a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of mayonnaise on there, but it is delectable. I always kind of like grilled cheese, but often like, I want a little something more. I like meat with my meal, so you get that grilled cheese taste, but with the delicious burger in the middle. Very yummy. A lot of bread, a lot of cheese, but very yummy. Okay, so that was very, very good, but that is also a very, very large amount of bread. So like 4 slices of bread. And I don't know if it's just because I haven't been eating regular bread, but yeah, I just couldn't finish all that. Oh man, that's a lot of bread. And the fries are good. I had a couple fries, but again, I'm not eating carbs all the time. I'm just not used to eating this large amount of carbs. So I think that's it for lunch, but still very good, very delicious burger. Very interesting concept for a burger, having that buttery, crispy grilled cheese as a functioning bun. And they actually did have a food challenge in there, and I haven't done a food challenge in a long time, but you had to eat, it was a burger with 4 patties on it, which I'm like, I could probably do that. You got to eat it in 30 minutes. Then I saw that you also got 4 orders of fries, and no, that's the real challenge there. The carbs, the fries, that's harder to eat, especially for me. I have not been eating a lot of carbs, so, and plus, even if I said, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna give this a whirl. I don't know if the rest of my ride to Pennsylvania would be very pleasant with a festering stomach full of 4 patties and like 3 pounds of French fries. So I was walking back to my car, noticed this lady peering at me through the glass. What she got there? Oh, she got the Bristol, Virginia, Tennessee towel there. Just look at her gaze. And another gentleman in here wearing that Virginia is for lovers baseball cap, one of the best state slogans of all time. Looks like he may be doing a little plucking away at the mandolin. It is the birthplace of country music after all. Oh look, there's a little mini Sasquatch slurking here on the streets of Bristol. Wait a minute, which Bristol are we in? We're in Virginia. He is a Virginia Sasquatch. It's this poster for a, I guess this is an alternative Groundhog Day celebration, the Whistle Pig Review. Whistle Pig, of course, is a nickname for the groundhog because, you know, they're a pig like a hog, and they do make a weird whistling noise. I don't know if this is like a burlesque show or a strip show. I'd check it out, but you know, I got plans to be in Punxsutawney on the 2nd, so not going to be able to attend the Whistle Pig Review. We're at the Holler House. This is Neo-Appalachian Arts and Crafts, and I've got a super spooky Valentine's Day skeleton here waving out front. I'm just looking in the window here, and look at this! Look at this, there's a Mothman greeting card. And I feel like I keep seeing Mothman in other places. I remember there was one time when only place you see Mothman was in Point Pleasant, but he's everywhere now. He's like gone mainstream in a way. Oh man, was this store made for me? Look at this. This is we ride at dusk. There's a possum cowboy with little possum cowboys in its pouch. Yeah, I see another little Mothman there in the window with a hat that says I love pickles. Okay, I actually recognize the figures in this picture here. Those are the Moon-Eyed people. This is a real statue that was found here in Appalachia. I did a video where I went and visited the statue at a museum out, I think it's in Murphy, North Carolina, that they have the museum with the statue. But some people believe it's a statue of the Moon-Eyed people, which were a race of people the Cherokee actually talked about as people who are a nocturnal race of people that they lived alongside of. Interesting. I love this picture. Some very interesting art in here. Again, more Mothman, also the Flatwoods Monster there. It's like the chain there connected to the UFO for the Flatwoods Monster and the moon for the Mothman. Oh, and then there's a Wendigo there. Look at these. These are artistically reinterpreted Super Nintendo games. I don't even know who that is there. And these are Sega Genesis cartridges. The next door we have Cheap Thrill Records. Looks like their mascot is Medusa's severed head. A little Darth Vader there in the corner. And is that Ren and Stimpy back there? I used to love Ren and Stimpy as a kid. I've found out some disturbing things about the creator recently, so I'm not sure how I feel about that anymore. Look at all those little Elvises right there on top of this record player. That's a cool record player. Cool wooden record player. Oh, look at that. In the middle there, they have a little Dolly Parton doll. Pretty cool. Complete original 1979 Millennium Falcon. I got Jen one of these for Christmas, not last Christmas, but the Christmas before. I'd actually love to stay here in Bristol a little more. They do have a Birthplace of Country Music museum that I really wanted to check out. And of course, you know, the EM rule, I do like to stop at museums, but But unfortunately, we are a bit of a time crunch because I want to get to Punxsutawney and get a little bit of sleep before the big event starts. So we better hit that long, lonesome road. Don't you agree? Don't you agree, Clark? Hanging in there, Clark? We have traveled to Hilltop, West Virginia, here at the Skyline Drive-In. And you see underneath the sign, it says Hank's Last Stop. And we stopped at the Burger Bar in Bristol, Virginia. That is where Hank Williams spoke his last words. He said no, he didn't want any food as he was in the back seat of the car. They were kind of in a hurry on their trip here, trying to make it cross country. So his friends were driving, he was sitting in the back seat. He was confirmed alive when he was in Bristol, Virginia, when he spoke his last words. But they drove out here to Hilltop, West Virginia, and they stopped here at the Skyline Drive-In. And when they went to wake Hank, it was discovered that he had passed away. This is where he was confirmed to have been dead. They do not know where exactly Hank Williams died, but it was on the way here between the Burger Bar in Virginia and here the Skyline Drive-In in West Virginia. So somewhere along the route where we've been driving is where Hank Williams passed away. Yeah, over here inside, they have a shrine to Hank Williams Sr. there on the wall. This is Hank's Last Stop. And there he is. This is down here it says First International Hank Williams Sr. Collectors Convention, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, 1993. That's interesting. Apparently they had a Hank Williams Sr. convention in Gatlinburg. That's interesting. There's some Hank Williams albums there on the wall. And right here's actually his copy of his death certificate. And yeah, it says place of death. Yeah, it says near Oak Hill, West Virginia. They weren't sure where he passed away. And yeah, it says said there was a snowstorm. This all happened on January 1st, New Year's Day. There was a snowstorm that slowed down their trip. They were in a car traveling. They were trying to get to Canton, Ohio, traveling from Tennessee. So yeah, we saw where they stopped. They made a pit stop in Bristol, Virginia, and made another pit stop here. I guess this was a gas station as well as a bar and restaurant at the time, and that's when they discovered him passed away. Now here's the guest book. They said they have people come from all over the world. So there's been people from Japan that have come here to see the location. And they just showed me here where it says Hank Williams IV, his grandson there. That's pretty cool. So they actually played music here at the last stop. Yeah, you can see that's Hank Williams IV there playing here at the last stop. Yeah, folks in there very friendly. They saw me filming outside, invited me to come inside to show me the interior, and were very welcoming, very encouraging of filming. And I would have grabbed something to eat, but unfortunately I just ate at the last stop, at the Burger Bar. Otherwise I would have grabbed some food here at the Skyline Drive-In, but they told me to come back if I want a hamburger or a beer sometime. So maybe next trip through West Virginia. I tend to notice I've been taking a lot of trips through West Virginia. Maybe next time I will stop and have a little food here at the Skyline Drive-In. Of course, traveling through Virginia and West Virginia, I like to keep an eye out for the coffin daffer crosses. They're more common here in West Virginia and regular Virginia, although you can find them all across the country, especially across the South. You just got to keep an eye out. There's always the two blue crosses and then the yellow or golden cross in the middle. These are placed by a traveling preacher by the name of Bernard Coffindaffer, and you'll see them. I always smile when I see them as I'm traveling across the country. You never really know where they're going to pop up. If anyone else is familiar with these crosses or has seen them, please leave a comment in the comment section on where you've seen them at across this this country of ours. And these particular Coffindaffer crosses are actually a Pokemon gym. And we have landed. You're not in Punxsutawney yet. We are in actually a town called Indiana, Pennsylvania, which is more than a little confusing to me. But yeah, I'm at the point now I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna lay down and try to sleep for a few hours. You know, the groundhog celebration starts early. We're probably about 45 minutes from Punxsutawney. So I need to make a decision if I'm gonna try to sleep. Sometimes I worry if sleeping makes it worse, or if it's just a good idea to just take it through the night. Because I still have to edit this video. That's gonna take an hour or 2 or 3, and by then it'll be late. So is it good to get that 1 or 2 hours of sleep, or is it good to just roll on through? Either way, I will be headed over to the groundhog celebration, and I will see you guys there. Hopefully tomorrow. That's the plans. If I don't die, I will be there to see Punxsutawney Phil make his grand prediction. And wanted to thank you guys for watching. As always, it always greatly appreciated. If you like these videos, please subscribe. I travel around the country. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun, random stuff. If you'd like to help support the channel in other ways, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more will get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also selling enamel pins in the Etsy shop and doing personalized messages on Cameo. If you're interested in any of that, check the description below. Of course, all those things help keep this train on the track, this boat on the water, and this dirigible in the air. Till next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.